roadmap started. The roadmap to the 2025-26 general election was first launched in July 2023 and again revised and launched in the presence of stakeholders in August 2024. And over time, a number of milestones on that roadmap have been undertaken, including the demarcation of electoral areas at local government level, the organization of polling stations, mapping of persons with disabilities to polling stations, the first major nationwide mapping of persons with disabilities to establish who they are, where they are, what kind of disabilities they have, what needs to be done to ensure that there is greater inclusivity in the electoral process by persons with disabilities. And one of the things that the Commission has done and endeavors to do is to make sure, for instance, that on events of this nature and others, that there is sign language interpretation or translation. And you can see we have Mepo Burunji there for those who understand the language of sign language. And then the Commission undertook the update of the National Voters Register. Period was given when voters who had the opportunity those who are not on the register, to register as voters. Those who were new voters to register as new voters after attaining the required age. There was also the opportunity for those who wished to make transfers from one voting location to another to do so as provided for in the law. There was a period for the display of the voters register at the various levels. And fast forward now, we are in this nomination process, which started with nominations at local government level, and elections of special interest groups, the youth, older persons, and persons with disabilities. And now we are here for nominations for the people that are aspiring to the top position in the land. When the roadmap was announced, 23rd and 24th of September looked to be very far, but now we're in the last day, 24th. So you're welcome.
Whatever comment. Nothing with the name and I can call what man himself.
Thank you, our distinguished guests. We've been scrutinizing and verifying the nomination papers of the aspirant. We are satisfied he has fulfilled the requirements of the Presidential Elections Act. Therefore, I, Justice Kyagulanyi Simon, being the returning officer for the nomination of presidential candidates, declare Kyagulanyi Robert a duly nominated candidate in respect of the presidential elections 2026. He, having fulfilled the nomination requirements under the Presidential Elections Act, Chapter 179, Laws of Uganda. You are now a candidate. Congratulations. Right. You are required to append or fix your signature or that of your agent on this paper to confirm that indeed you have attended. So please, your agent or yourself, whichever. Kyagulanyi Robert, as a duly nominated candidate, you are required to observe the following. 1, you are to appoint an official agent who will coordinate your campaign meetings and media program, and also attend meetings on your behalf where necessary. Secondly, you are to obey the commission with the schedule of your campaign meetings and media program as soon as practicable, so as to facilitate the smooth harmonization of all the candidates' campaign programs countrywide before you embark on your campaign schedule, which officially begins on 29th of September. You also to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Electoral Commission on compliance with the harmonized campaign program, timelines, and guidelines. Although the campaigns kick off on 29th, however, you are at liberty today to meet your supporters, since we will not allow them, all of them in here, at a designated place, either to roll out your manifesto or greet your supporters. You are at liberty to do that. The Commission is also required, upon nomination, to avail you a soft copy of the voters register, the national voters register, and we have this soft copy here. I ask your agent to come and pick it. Under Section 23 of the Presidential Elections Act, the Commission is required to ensure that the relevant organs of the state provide you, during the entire campaign period, your protection, both on the road, on the campaign trail, or not even on the campaign trail, wherever you want to go, and also at home. To that extent, therefore, we are going to hand over to you a security vehicle, together with the security personnel who will be guarding you at all times. The vehicle is at our cost. The fuel, the driver, the guards protecting you are all at our cost, even maintenance of the vehicle. Thereafter, we have a media tent. You may want to address the media and talk to the people of Uganda, so that you are aware. But for now, can we go and we hand over to you your security vehicle and the security personnel. Thank you very much.
The Commission will lead you to the security detail. these candidates be led to the security detail vehicle. And may I also mention that lunch has been prepared. You are welcome to lunch. You're welcome to lunch after here.
Bannange kati tugenda bamukwase emmotoka ye gye bagenda okumuwa akakiiko k'ebyokulonda era nga tukyali wano egweza Lubowa Kyagulanyi Ssentamwa awerekeddwako mukyala we Itungo Babi Kyagulanyi era n'awerekerwako eyali Ssaabafunzi wa Nopo n'abantu abalala bangi abamuwerekeddeko. Gwe yandyagadde okuweerezaako ku kadata osobola okuyita ku 077083717 gwe yandyagadde okuweerezaako kadata 077083717. 077083717.
People, cameramen, we are trying to hurry up because of the red light. Okay, media the other side. No, go beyond. Behind. What is go? Not here. Not here.
Kati essaawa eno tugenda wagenda okwogererako ne bannamawulire wano era nga osobola okuweerezaako 077083717.
Some umbrellas for the candidates. The support and the people accompanying the candidates.
077083717.
The candidate can choose to have someone stand by his side, but the rest of us will have our seats here. Protocol team, please get an umbrella for the candidates. Sorry.
0 musanvu musanvu 0 kinana musatu 17 nsanvu.
Protocol team says please sit. Please get an umbrella for the candidate. Okay. Candidate Kyagulanyi, you are welcome and congratulations on your successful nomination. You are welcome to address the nation. We have 20 minutes here. You can talk to us for 10 minutes and then take some questions from members of the press. You are welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before I say anything, I want to take this opportunity to pay tribute to our former Deputy President, Mama Jolly Mugisha, who passed away on the 24th of September last year. Today is exactly 1 year since we lost Mama Jolly. Mama Jolly was a pillar of strength and courage within us. We strongly believe that today has fallen on this day, not by coincidence. Maybe there's a message that we are getting from the Almighty. Mama Jolly, rest in peace. We shall make you proud. We shall never give up your dreams. Fellow Ugandans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades in the struggle, I am deeply humbled and profoundly honored to accept your nomination to be the next president of the Republic of Uganda for the year 2026 to 2031, not 1926 to 1931. I thank you very much for the trust that you've continued to place in me ever since I offered myself for the first time for the presidential office in 2021. Today, my heart is filled with a deep sense of responsibility to deliver to the of a new Uganda. And today, with this nomination, we start on the final phase of our mission to freedom and true independence. Since our nation was born in 1962, every change of leadership has been written in blood, the blood and sacrifice of the common people of Uganda, the citizens of Uganda, and yet the leaders who always promised liberation have always delivered oppression. For 40 long years, one man and a small group of his relatives and friends have ruled our country on gunpoint. They have looted our nation and turned every institution of government into a tool of oppression. They have reduced the citizens of Uganda into slaves on their own land. They have reduced all of us into beggars, and they've turned our poverty.
0 musanvu 0
And yet,
0 musanvu musanvu 0 kinana musatu 17 nsanvu.
our country cannot fall down. Our country will stand firm. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is fertile. Our people are hardworking and enterprising. We are rich in creativity. We are resourceful. We are energetic. We are young and we are promising. Our country is one of the richest countries on the planet in terms of natural resources. So, my brothers and sisters, our problem is not lack of wealth. Our problem is lack of leadership. Leadership that serves the people instead of terrorizing them and exploiting them. Leadership that seeks to uplift the citizens instead of enslaving them. Sisters and brothers, this is not the first time that we stand before you with a dream of a new Uganda. We first made our attempt 5 years ago in 2021. Hundreds of our brothers and sisters arrested and they are still in prison as we speak right now. Many were killed and many are missing to the present day, and yet we refuse to give up. Why then do we go to the polls? Why do we risk the tear gas, the bullets, the prisons, the torture chambers, the death, and all the mess that is awaiting us. My answer to you is this. We risk it all because the alternative is giving up, and that is 10 times worse. If we give up now, we shall have no moral authority to complain about what happens next. If we surrender now, that means that the fighting spirit of Rita Nabukenya, of Frank Senteza, of Yasin Kauma, and many others has been defeated. It means that they died in vain. It means betrayal. Betrayal of the comrades who have spent years in prison, counting on us who still have our little freedom to continue fighting for their freedom. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what happens to us, we must keep moving forward. Even if somebody tells you that our chance to freedom is only 1%, let us take that chance and fight. We have always been telling you about the protest vote, and today, let me use this opportunity to break it down in more detail. We have voted before. We have won elections before, and we have been rigged before. But the election this time is no usual election, brothers and sisters. We are going into this election as a way of protesting against the injustice that has been occasioned to us for the last 40 years. We are protesting, and the protest begins now. We must use this election season to rally the people of Uganda, to express their anger and to express their hope at the ballot box. We are going to use this election to protest legally. We are going to use this election to protest constitutionally. And we are going to use this election to protest non-violently. We must mobilize the people of Uganda to come out and vote in very, very large numbers. Numbers too big to rig. We must lay different strategies and make different plans to ensure that we, the people of Uganda, get our freedom in this season. Now, to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, you, brothers and sisters, the Ugandans in the diaspora, you send so much money. You send more than $2 billion back to Uganda every year. In real sense, you are the biggest investors in Uganda.
Zero musanvu zero shinana musatu kumi na musanvu
ensanvu. You know what happens to those that return home. Many of you don't risk the brutality. We know that Ugandans like Sam Mugumya, who returned from a Congolese prison, was abducted weeks ago, and up to now he's missing. Nobody knows where Sam Mugumya is. We know Robert Kayingo Luja, a lawyer who was recently abducted from the airport, kept incommunicado for a month before being forced back in exile without even stepping foot in his house. The examples are many, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you, my friends, we are fighting so that you can return to your home, to your families, to freedom and dignity. We are fighting so that you are received with roses and not handcuffs. We fight so that Uganda can give your children the chances and opportunities that you never got. That is why we fight. Now to General Museveni. I know you don't like listening to young people or even listening to anybody at all, but at least listen to your friend and Bushwa comrade, General Kainda Otafire. I want you to remember that Uganda was here before you, and Uganda will be here long after you are gone. You don't have to burn it down on your way out. The best guarantee for your legacy, for your security, and for what you and your people have earned in the last 40 years is to allow a peaceful, orderly, and democratic transition of power. That opportunity is available because we are not vengeful people. We still believe in peace. We still believe in justice. And yes, we believe in reconciliation. All we want is a free and fair election. No military violence, no police brutality. That is not too much to ask for. Let this election not be a military operation. Let this be a democratic election. That should not be too much to ask for. You are aware that for the last 5 years, your regime has done everything to break our spirits. They try to silence us, but we are even louder. We are not giving up. And you know that you cannot defeat people who don't give up. Now to fellow Ugandans, I don't need to tell you that the 2026 election is already not fair. You have seen General Museveni's son, who is also head of our military, promising to kill our people in order to guarantee 80% of the vote to his father. He also said that during these presidential campaigns, we will be forcefully guarded by his private militia, the SFC. The same SFC which is responsible for abducting and torturing our supporters. So as we go for this campaign, it's like walking into the shadow of the valley of death. But I say to you, comrades, fear no evil, because the Lord Almighty is with us. I say to you, brothers and sisters, that we shall walk but not get tired. We shall suffer but we shall not die. It will be painful, but we shall win in the end. We shall reach in the new Uganda. We have no doubt about that. We shall reach in a Uganda where you will move in town and not see guns on the streets. In a Uganda where security will be protecting the citizens and not terrorizing them. A Uganda where teachers, soldiers, health workers and other workers are paid promptly and adequately. Where farmers earn fair income from their produce. Where traders are not suffocating under exploitative tax regimes. That is a new Uganda that we dream of. That is a new Uganda that we shall definitely get to. A Uganda where citizens can demonstrate on the streets about injustice, and the response of the government will be to listen to them and not to shoot them dead. A Uganda where jobs are not for the connected few, but for all those who qualify and are willing to work. Thank you. In the coming days, ladies and gentlemen, we shall unveil our manifesto and we shall go ahead to paint a clear picture of that new Uganda that we dream of, that new Uganda that we believe. But ultimately, about leadership, that will be a Uganda where leaders will be serving the people and not the other way around. I tell you, my friends, that Uganda is possible in our lifetime. And with your courage, with our sacrifice, and with the grace of God, we shall reach that new Uganda. Now, as the National Unity Platform, even with the little resources that we had for the last 4.5 years, we have already demonstrated that we are able to use less and achieve more. We have managed to acquire the biggest political party headquarters in Uganda. We have launched the first school of leadership, and we have gone ahead to groom leaders at no cost to them. Leaders that will uphold our values and offer leadership to the next generation after we retire. We have supported families of political prisoners and missing comrades. We have refused to be compromised. We have held onto our principles even when it has come personal cost. We have pursued and secured sanctions against those who steal from our people and against those who oppress our people. We have kept the struggle alive and we are growing even stronger. Now to the international community. Uganda's freedom is not only for Ugandans. Uganda's freedom is for everybody. If Ugandans are safe, if Ugandans are not safe, neither are our neighbors, nor the international dwellers or the international community that always receives us when we go seeking for asylum. Please stand with us as we stand for democracy, and human rights. Now to our senior comrade, Dr. Kiza Besije, to our brothers Alex Waiswa Mufumbiro, Comrade Bob Edimutwe, Achireu Chivumbi, Machete, Gaddafi, and all other political prisoners, we honor you, we think about you, we pray for you, and we are fighting for you. To your families and every Ugandan that has been affected in this struggle, please don't lose hope. Your suffering will never go in vain. Now finally, to the comrades that I will be moving with on this campaign trail, the foot soldiers, the ordinary citizens of Uganda who have nothing else to offer to their country but their selves, their bodies. First of all, I thank you, brothers and sisters. We have stood together through the tear gas, through the bullets, through the beatings, through the abductions, through the courts, through the prison walls, and through the funerals. You have been my shield. You have been my eyes. You have been my courage. You have been my strength. You have been my friends, my true friends. Today, as we go into what is likely to be an even more violent campaign, I will be relying on you, my friends. We are embarking on a long walk to freedom. Whatever lies ahead of us is going to test everything that we are and everything that we stand for. But I guarantee you, brothers and sisters, freedom will come at the end of the day. Because after all, freedom never comes easy. Our grandparents shed blood for the independence of this country 62 years ago. Our parents shed blood for what they believed was the liberation 40 years ago. Our comrades in this very generation are in prison for this very struggle. They've shed blood for this struggle. Many of them are missing and they don't even have graves for this struggle. Let us carry them in our hearts. Let us carry them in our mind. Let us do this in their name. Brothers and sisters, the courage and discipline that has kept us going since 2017 should be the same courage and discipline to carry us through this campaign. Your duty in this campaign, I must remind you, will not be to protect me. Yes, your duty in this campaign is not to protect me. It is to protect yourselves. It is to protect each other. It is to protect those ordinary people that come to support us on our rallies. I request you to be vigilant in every village that we shall enter and on every rally that we go to. Please be very solid.